America's top general taking political fire. But tonight, President Biden with a clear defense of Army four-star Mark Milley, chairman of the Joint Chiefs.
I have great confidence in General Milley.
Milley under scrutiny after explosive claims in a new book by Bob Woodward and Robert Costa, including Milley convening top officers after the January insurrection to review nuclear launch protocols. Milley reportedly telling them, no matter what you were told, you do the procedure, you do the process, and I'm part of that procedure. Milley also sought to reassure a top Chinese general that the American government is stable, then reportedly telling the U.S. adversary, if we're going to attack, I'm going to call you ahead of time. It's not going to be a surprise. Some Republican officials said Milley should be fired for going around an elected commander-in-chief.
The chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, a military leader, basically ignoring the Constitution, deciding he's going to call a potential adversary and an enemy of the United States and collude with them.
If true, there is a word for it, and it sure seems like treasonous activity to me.
41 years in uniform. Former President Trump chose Milley for Joint Chiefs chairman in 2018. Last year, Milley apologized for this controversial event, walking with Mr. Trump after protesters were cleared with tear gas. Tuesday, the former president said he never planned to attack China and slammed the Milley call.
That's treason, number one. Number two, it's totally ridiculous. I never thought of it.
Today, the White House called Milley a patriot.
I don't think the president is looking for the guidance of members of Congress who stood by while the president of the United States and the leader of their party fomented an insurrection, and many of them were silent.
Asked if Joint Chiefs Chairman General Mark Milley did the right thing by undermining then-President Trump, President Biden offered Milley an enthusiastic endorsement.
Thank you, General Milley. Do the right thing.
I have great confidence in General Milley.
And a spokesperson for Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin said Austin also has, quote, full trust in Milley. The show of confidence comes as Milley is facing harsh criticism and calls for his resignation over his actions during the final weeks of Donald Trump's presidency, as reported in the new book by Bob Woodward and Robert Costa. The book reports Milley took extraordinary actions to undermine Trump's authority, even reaching out directly to China because he believed Trump's erratic behavior could lead to war. A spokesperson for General Milley confirmed some of the major revelations in the book. His calls with the Chinese and others in October and January, Milley's spokesperson said, were in keeping with his duties and responsibilities, conveying reassurance in order to maintain strategic stability. Chris Miller, who served as acting defense secretary during the final 2 months of the Trump presidency, said he never authorized Milley's contacts with China and called Milley's actions, quote, a disgraceful and unprecedented act of insubordination, adding that Milley must resign immediately. But ABC News has learned Milley was not the first Pentagon official to reach out to China. It was actually former Defense Secretary Mark Esper who first reached out to China shortly before the election to assure them the United States would not launch a military attack. Milley's first contact came after that and was authorized by then Secretary Esper, a top former defense official told ABC News. It was Donald Trump who chose General Milley to be the Joint Chiefs chairman, but now he is saying Milley should be tried for treason. General Milley will find himself in the hot seat later this month when he testifies before Congress. He was already going to face tough questions about Afghanistan. Now he'll face questions about whether he undermined civilian control of the military.